Man, it sure has been a time, huh? So I've been waking up a little bit later than I've been intending to these past few days, and I've meant to film at least one thing, but ain't that just the way? But oh well. I have a little bit of time now, so I may as well try and do something quick. Something fairly easy to do. This is Classics Hot Rod, and I have feelings about this. By the way, it's very hot here, so it's very easy to see who he is. Let me see, what would this be? It's the Classics mold, but I think it's called Reveal the Shield. In this instance, I don't know. There have been a couple of repaints and things like that, and he's been put in some different sets. And I got this guy immensely used, meaning that this hinge is broken. Yes, that will be a problem. And yes, it's missing its weapon and missile. But oh well. Too bad. He rolls decently, I suppose. The wheels are meant to be pushed in a little bit further, but I kind of don't want to do that because they get stuck very easily. I'm going to have to put in some, I don't know, maybe some WD-40 or maybe some dish soap or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. It's been pointed out before, I think by a few people, but something about this doesn't exactly feel hot rod. I don't know. Something about the design. You know, for one thing, you don't even see any of his, trademark flames. You get, if this is willing to focus, there we go. There's a little bit of, like, differently colored yellow, but that's all we're gonna get. And, I don't know, there's just something very odd about the design. The weird egg-shaped thing. I don't know. See, because this looks something more like a normal car somehow, and Hot Rod always looked more futuristic. I don't know. This feels like getting a somewhat regular car and then putting on a big spoiler. I don't know. Something very weird about it. I feel like this might have been the Hot Rod that came in the Battle of the Planet of Junk. Yeah, Planet of Junk, or the Junk Planet. And this was meant to have come with a Wreck-Gar and a, what's he called? Junk Heap? I believe that's what he's called, but I couldn't find Junk Heap. I found an also very kind of broken version of Wreck-Gar, which I keep proudly in my collection. And this. Of course, neither came with weapons. But oh well. Oh, a size comparison, real quick. Dollar Store Starscream. So yeah, he's like, I guess he's like an average size deluxe, but he's on the smaller side. Oh well. Anyway. A lot of these parts can get stuck real easily, at least on my very used copy. You know what, we may as well flip these bits up here. I guess one thing I can say about this, though, you can't really tell that there's a robot underneath. I mean, you could probably figure out that this is a crotch piece, but maybe this is the visible head syndrome. But other than that, I mean, it's not like it's completely obvious, I think. Ish. At the very least, not here. Oh well. Yeah, these bits are flipped up. I want to try and pull these out. Let me see if I can. Could be doing this wrong. I don't know. It's been a while since I've transformed him. Oh well. You know what, I may as well just pull these bits out, get this out of the way. Alright, yeah, then we pull these apart, these will become the legs, and we may as well just move them down on this double hinge. There we go. You know, we may as well get the legs done. So the wheels are meant to be moved on this. If you can't move it here like this on this little tab with this extra bit of plastic, I often just kind of pull these myself, because that's honestly one of the only ways I've been able to transform this. There we go. Oh, that's a little too far. There we go. Can this bit close properly? No. I'm gonna have to pull this wheel. Ugh. This is supposed to be quick and easy, but Hot Rod, always giving us a hard time. You make it hard for me to like you, Hot Rod. Seriously, man. Alright. That's a thing. Alright, cool. Anyway, you see, we're meant to move these out, and at least in my case, they move out pretty easily. You can also fold out that heel bit. But I don't know, I think a few have mentioned that the feet can get a little bit stiff. Not sure. In my case, anyway. Anyway. Slide these... Not slide. Twist them around. The most incompetent reviewer. That is me. And, yeah, this is a little issue that I often found. These bits pop off a little too easily. Oh, alright. This one didn't. Great. Cool. Ace. Swing this around on this broken hinge. In my case, anyway. There you go. Oh, and this front bit of the car attaches with this little hole right here where the screw is, and then that bit right there. And it locks in pretty well. That is one thing I can actually attest to. And if you want, you can move these. You can flare these out a little bit. Doesn't exactly help, but oh well, that's a thing. Just this bit around. That way that can complete the look a little bit better, sort of. I will get to this little extra bit later, but I flip out the hands, and in my case, these hands are particularly rather stiff. I might need a tool, because I've actually had to use one a few times that I've been transforming this guy. There we go. There are also these little extra bits, like these tabs that you can use to assist you, but oftentimes the hands are a little too stiff, so that wouldn't exactly work. Wouldn't exactly help in my case. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Classics Hot Rod. And he's a guy. He's a boy who exists. Oh yeah, just these to your liking, I suppose. As you wish. I wanted to give him a wider cowboy stance. Yes, it was totally on purpose. There you go. And, let's see. The lighting wouldn't exactly allow a very good look at the head sculpt, but there you go. Yeah, it's okay. I just, again, I don't know, something about this, it's like, seeing this reminds me something like, let's say, I don't know, a certain cookie flavor, like Oreo, for example, and then they decide to make, I don't know, like Dunkin' Donuts or McDonald's decides to make something like Oreo flavored coffee or an Oreo flavored dessert, but not actually made with Oreos. It's just meant to be Oreo flavored, and something about it is, it's like if they made Hot Rod into something that he kind of really isn't or wouldn't really work as. It's vaguely Hot Rod flavored, but it just really feels uncomfortable, and it's just not as good as the regular real thing. That's how I feel. I don't know. See, like, these bits, I feel like they're meant to be a little bigger. These just feel like awkward and small, and this backpack it's kind of big. I mean, you can kind of see these bits, but I would have liked a way to somehow push this down, maybe. that might have worked, but then you'd get an extra bit here, like on the Power of the Primes version, and I don't know. In general, I don't quite love this. Anyway. I did some panel lining at least. That's one thing that it's kind of got going for it. Quite a bit of panel lines. And some details and things like that. It's okay, but really nothing to write home about. Oh well. The head swivels, as I was showing before, these are technically on ball joints, but they are quite limited, and they pop off very easily. What about that far? They would be able to... Oh boy. You have to keep this in place. Yeah, they can do a full 360 if you just maneuver them around. There we go. They do have a 90-degree bend, and this is meant to only move in and out like that. I want to see that there's a waist. It just looks cut, so then that way it looks... The way it looks makes it seem as though there's a waist swivel. That's all I'm saying. Alright, legs move forward. You know what? Just stay there. Pretty good. Full splits. Yeah, there is a swivel not at the thigh, but at the knee. So at least there's that. Oof. Yeah, really under 90 degrees of bend. Sorry I'm making all these weird noises. They move up a little, but mostly down. And that's really it. So yeah, you stand there, and just hold on. Ugh. You are kind of a mess. Dollar store Starscream. There you go. Again, average-ish size. But of course, if you don't include this or that bit, he just looks a little bit small for a deluxe. But he is a thing that exists. Oh yes, and this extra bit, before I move on. This one actually is a little easier to flip out. You can fold this out, and you can get that little saw thing that he had in the movie. Which is, I don't know, I guess it's a nice touch. At least they thought of us. I mean, then again, I feel like that's kind of the minimum if you were going to have something like Hot Rod and the Junkions in a battle of the planet of junk. Because it's like, well, naturally you're going to think of little details from the movie in general. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what to think of him. Oh well. Emgo thought he was really good, but I don't know. Speaking of Junkions, here. Fight. Alright, well, I've got a little bit of a question before I sign off. Let me think. The 4th of July is coming up fairly soon. I mean, it's not even the end of June, but I don't know. I tend to think ahead of myself. Wow, what was I gonna say? I'm sorry, this is really unprofessional. Let me think. Around that week, let's just say, is my birthday, so I personally consider the 4th of July to be a rather important holiday. Not because I was born around those days at all, but I don't know. I just think about a lot of different stuff involving this country, and about, you know, how I was brought here while still in the womb and such things. And I don't know, I just think of my family a lot, and more than anything, the 4th of July is something that I reflect on. You'd think it's a time where I just eat burgers and crap, but I already do that. So yeah, I don't know. My question is, before I run out of time here, should I do a special? I doubt that I'm actually going to be able to do one live. I'm going to probably have to make one ahead of time at some point, and then put it up on the 4th of July. But I don't know. Would you guys want me to do something special? I'm thinking of reviewing a toy that I really treasure. But oh well. Anyway, I leave that up to you. Yeah. This is the thing. Oh, by the way, no regular sign-off, caused by caused by a certain thing. You know who you are. Alright, bye.